The Canes lost in overtime with a closeout opportunity on the line in Game 4 against the Islanders. They were up 3-0. Here's a few things frustrated me about this. One, closing out series in overtime is what the Canes do. 4 of their last 7 series wins have been closed out in overtime. So when they scored their second goal to go and it's tied and it's in the third period, I was like, it's perfect. This is what they do. They're going to go to overtime. They're going to end it. Didn't happen. Was there a lack of blood being smelled in the water by the Canes? Ahead 3-0. Once you get ahead 3-0, it really is just, all right, close the door. All right, send them home. Is there concern about not getting the sweep? First of all, let's hear from Brind'amour on any worries about not finishing it in 4 games.
Well, of course they do. I mean, it's only natural. I mean, they're back in it. They got, we gave them some hope here now. So now it's, it's tough to, we talked about before, it is tough to win 4 games in a row on someone, and, especially when the games are even like they are. I mean, it's not like it was 3-0 and we were dominating the games. It could have went either way in all 3, just like tonight could have easily went the other way. So we expected it to be a long series, and we got to focus on the next one.
I don't know if they actually expected it to be a long series. After you go up 3-0, after you go ahead 1-0 in the clincher, after you fight back from being down 2-1, force overtime, losing multiple overtimes. It's not just about screaming about what happened. Sometimes it is about what happened. And make no mistake about it, like Matt Barzal had a good day. He's a good player. Occasionally that's going to happen, right? He's going to put himself in good situations. He's going to get the benefit of deflections every now and then. It's part of the most frustrating thing for me watching hockey. I'm going to start calling it almost the hockey thing. The hockey thing happened to the Canes. Mm-hmm. Like, you can play very well for a long period of time and have nothing to show for it. Right? You can dominate for 25 minutes of consecutive gameplay where it feels like you're in your offensive zone for a long time, and then walk away like 1-1 over that 25 minutes.
Or you can not play well at all, and all of a sudden you're up 2-1 or 2-0.
Yeah.
It's just
the other, yeah.
So,
you don't complain about the hockey thing when the hockey thing benefits you, Dennis.
Yeah.
Then it's well-executed opportunistic play. Duh. Like Freddie played well in the game.
Oh, he played great.
Gensel and Jarvis each had a point.
Mm-hmm.
Nason, which you heard in the intro, got in his office and had kind of the dirty work goal that he's come up with a few times. They created opportunities in extra time. Right? They created opportunities to go get that series clinching overtime win. Just didn't convert. So there really is 2 ways to decipher what happened in Game 4. One is you had all these opportunities, you played this quality of hockey, and you weren't able to close the door. And as any old-timer will tell you, the good teams find a way to close the door. The other part of it is they're a professional hockey postseason team also, right? They're going to come up with their versions of the hockey thing, right? They're not sitting there saying Matt Barzal got lucky. They're not sitting there saying, oh, the Canes just had bad breaks. They're sitting there saying, well executed, well played, well timed, opportunistic hockey in a do or die situation for them. They were more dangerous because they had nothing to lose, because their backs were against the wall.
Like that fourth win's always the hardest one.
Yeah, the closeout.
The closeout's always the most difficult.
Everyone fights harder when they're down to their last breath. Like that's fair. I do think, and this is unfair and very media of me, I think I will decide how upset I am about Game 4 after Game 5. Right? Because what are the reasons why you want to slam the door in Game 4 and get out of there with the sweep? One is because the Rangers did it. And you want to be as rested as they are going into the next series. You don't want to give up a huge advantage. I don't think you do that by playing one more game in Game 5. Right? You're not giving up a huge advantage because you're going to have enough time to get fully rested back to 100% by the start of the second series. However, if it drags into Game 6, you do start asking those questions of, oh, no, now do they have the fatigue advantage? Why is it so important to close out Game 4? Well, it doesn't expose you to injuries in Game 5. If you make it through Game 5 with a win so you don't drag it out and you don't get more tired, and you make it into the second series without any significant injuries or notable owies or boo-boos, then okay, we can look back at Game 4 and go no harm, no foul. Right? Oh, that shot went, what was it, off the knob of the goalie? All right. No harm, no foul. But if it drags on, if you don't use it as an urgency builder, if you don't go into Game 5 better off because of Game 4, then I'm going to look back at Game 4 and I'm going to be really mad about it. I'm going to be going, how were you that close? How did you have the 1-0 early lead? How did you have all these opportunities and not finish it off? So occasionally you have to admit, right? This is a very media thing to do.
Of course.
But I am withholding my anger on Game 4 until I see the results of Game 5 tomorrow at PNC. If all we get is a dominant victory at home that the fans get to enjoy and another day to tailgate, we'll be out in front of PNC right there on the concourse area tomorrow. Yeah. If all we get is another day to hang out with the fans and no harm, no foul, I have no problem with Game 4.
Yeah, we'll be out there on the plaza.
If and you knock on wood, throw the salt over your shoulder if you are a superstitious person, if there's an injury, then I'm going to be like, I don't care that we got another day to be out there on the plaza. I don't care that we got another, then it becomes, that's the reason why you end them early. And make no mistake about it, as well as Freddie is playing, and we're going to dive into the decision that they've made to fully trust him as not only their goalie one, but their goalie goal, like he's the guy, the only, the first, the only, the always. That doesn't, just because he's playing well doesn't mean you want to go, all right, he'll play every third day from now until forever. Let's just go ahead and trot him out there because he's playing well. He's still a guy that took 3.5, 4 months off in the middle of the year for the blood clotting issue, and he's still a guy that has not built up full, game style, every game endurance. If you can end it early and make sure he's well rested for Game 1 of Game 2 or Game 1 of Series 2, you do that. But I'm not going to get mad. I will probably get mad at some point today, but I'm my anger is not to the level that it might be if tomorrow doesn't go well.
Well, when the series went to New York, I think you and I both said, yeah, the Islanders are probably going to win one of these two games so they can come back and win in Game 5. So it's breaking exactly how we predicted.
That might be the least media thing I'm doing here today, which is my prediction before this season was 4-1. My prediction was in 5 games, and I'm still sitting here saying I wish they did it in 3. So I'm putting what I think is best for the Canes over being right, which is the least media thing you can do on the planet.
Hey, I said Canes in 6, so
yeah, we're both still alive with our predictions, but I think both of us are doing the putting our fandom over our media ego and saying we'd rather have what's best for the team than be right. And you'd be surprised how many people in sports media would rather be right over just about everything else. Just about any and everything else.